My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering.
I'd like to say there's a thing or two I'd probably like to mention here as far as what I've done with these little wheel within wheels and wings. I have carved out the middles of them and also cut out these little discs of wood that I have cut in quarters to put underneath them to hold them up better, because I was having a little trouble at first just getting them to stand up by themselves. But here's how we kind of got them along, and there's probably going to be a little more to show as we take things just a little bit further as we go. And I just also wanted to say that I'm going to come on here and just do little steps or two where we are finally going to do a little bit more carving into the head of the man. You'll also notice I'm wearing a shirt that actually has something on it besides just plain colors. So that's also just one of those things here, but y'all will come to see with one of these, I've already kind of like carved out a little bit more into the nose and think I might kind of turn this camera down a bit and show you all a little thing or two as to how I'm going to take a little further steps about what we do. And I say just kind of like also work little ways in this just to try to narrow down the nose on this one as well, like I'm starting to kind of do here. And as we know, just kind of shave along the sides just like this. I also know one thing, that there's also just a common phrase that is in the prophecy of Ezekiel that says, "Then they will know that I am Lord." I say that there's so much in my life I can talk about for random. And as for how it was with this man that I was talking with at the pool at the Y, who has kind of watched and paid attention to some of my videos, knows how much I say. He could even ask me just whether if I could ever run out of things to say, or if I would ever be afraid or concerned it would happen. And I just say, well, the thing of it is that when I'm talking face to face with people, I would just talk on and on to them if I could. And that's kind of why I just know with the way it kind of goes here, I just kind of got my ways about things I do and how I do them. And I told him that my memory is so big and that there's just so much I can say in life that I just never really run out of much to talk about. So, and it all just kind of depends on the place, the situation, and so forth, because when I worked at Kroger's as a bagger, I didn't talk much, and that was probably because, I just really had a job I had to concentrate on there. And sometimes, just sometimes, when you're at work, you're there to work, not there to talk, and it would be kind of hard to get a conversation with somebody started and then have to end it when all of a sudden a customer comes up to somebody and that person is at the cash register working and needs a bagger, and you kind of have to go over there and bag for them. So, with all due respects, I like to say that I see how this kind of little work goes, and I know there's probably been a lot of things that we see in the Bible for random. Decided I'd take a notion here to carve along this little ear, and I say, just kinda work along the poor little head that has the little ear to the left and to the side and to the right. And you know, it's just kind of like when I first started studying the Bible, there were times when I'd just go through certain pages and just see little study notes and cliff notes and things like that that were in there, and it would just introduce me to certain things that were being said about these stories and kind of give me an interest in really looking them up. And nowadays, if I ever occasionally bring that same Bible out, which I still have after all these years, I might even have to get out my little reading glasses sometimes, because I am coming to a point where it gets a little bit harder for me to read or see small print than it used to be, which kind of comes a little bit with our age sometimes. And I tell y'all one thing for sure, it's kind of how it is whenever I go to that pool in the Y. That pool is full of salt, I tell y'all. So sometimes, just sometimes, I say that my eyes will start to itch a little bit, and I'll reach up and rub my eyes, and my eyes will start burning from where I've rubbed them with that salt water. And sometimes, just sometimes, kind of have to close them and blink a little bit just to kind of, you know, get that feeling out of my eyes and make it so I can kind of see so much a little better, you know. And I know one thing, it can be like the city pools when it comes to kids. They blow the whistle and get all the kids out during break time, and so I say that things get a little stranger here and there. So I tell y'all that I carve out the ears in this little critter too, and just carve along that line just to make it so it's unique. Maybe one of these days we'll get up to another level. And I'd like to tell you all something, people. If you ever check out this YouTube channel called This Southern Girl Can, you'll kind of see all the neat little things she does, and makes all kinds of neat projects you'd probably like. There was a certain thing I wouldn't have noticed for myself or remembered all that well if it hadn't been noted, but first of all, I'll say don't judge her for this, because as you'll kinda, you know, notice when you read the caption on this video, you shouldn't be judging her for dropping a little word or two here and there, because, you know, if you know about all the charity work she does, and so it's like they say, you know, nobody's perfect. We all kind of let a little swear slip sometimes, but she even kind of makes mention how she was using her hot glue gun and how it was kind of clogged, not coming out, and how she kind of, you know, dropped a little F-bomb in the video. No need to worry too much about that, because it's like, you know, they say things like that happen in life, and so I kind of commented on the video myself, but it was like in a little Facebook post or something like that. She kind of makes mention of the fact that it happens in a video, and it was actually the video on making the pumpkin punch bowl, if you ever want to see which one it was. But there again, you know, she couldn't help it, couldn't edit it out once it was done, for like the way it kind of turned out there. And you know, with all things, way they kind of work out, you know, there's just nothing much to worry about. I'd say there are probably some things I can do, you know, to edit things out of videos, because I have computers and that kind of stuff, and have special computer software that allows me to do it. And so that's just kind of how it's worked so well for me. And as you see, we kind of got little ears done out of these figures here, and the sides of their heads around the little hair in the back. And guess you could probably say that these are going to be good to put on the little figures when we get done with them, because I say that there is just so much in life that comes from a Bible prophecy that we read, so much to learn, so much to know. And we'll say one of my favorite verses in Ezekiel is this one that is in chapter 36, verses 24 through 26. It says, I will take you out of the nations. I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean. Give you a new heart and a new home, and remove from you your heart of stone, and give you a heart of flesh. I used to have that whole verse, that whole passage memorized, but I don't anymore. It's been so long since I read it or kind of remembered what all it said, but that was kind of my best little sight of it that I could give you. And we'll just say, as this video's uploading, I've got another one to continue to watch on YouTube on another channel. So I say, for the most part, I wish you all the best. Take care. God bless. And I pray that you may always, always keep in touch.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.